after a long day at work.
I had gotten home a little later, so I got home around 10:30.
Alyssa Pollock expects to come home and take a load off, but instead
I noticed a truck coming by and they let me pass.
Was in for a rude awakening.
All of a sudden you just hear some like thuds, like thud, 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 thud. And next thing I know, I got hit in the back twice.
Her daily routine became not so black and white after the incident occurred.
There was a shot of like yellow paint. Like I know what a real gun sounds like, so that's why I didn't pay much attention. And so I got up to my apartment and I looked at my back in the mirror and I was like, I was shot by 2 paintballs.
Pollock is one of several people who were affected by whoever is going around painting the town yellow of all colors with a paintball gun. Pollock warns everyone to watch their back.
It's a shame, but nowadays I guess you just have to be aware all the time. Just be cautious. Like I'm always very cautious, especially in a college town. But I mean, even when you think you're safe, you might not be.
I finally said that's enough. I have to show up and voice my opinion.
And thousands showed up to line the streets in the freezing temps to do just that, whether it was in support of or against.
We can disagree and still be civil and still be loving to each other.
People filed inside to hear the 45th sitting president speak.
Donald J. Trump! There's no place I'd rather be than with all of you here tonight, with the wonderful, hard-working citizens of our country.
And supporters said getting inside was worth the harsh weather.
I think the waiting outside was the worst part, but once we got in and got through security, went fairly well.
While some protesters in the event were escorted back outside.
A lot of people who feel very angry on both sides of the aisle, so to speak.
But when the event was over and both sides met, that anger showed.
I'm not angry. I just want facts. You guys perpetuate nonsense. Everybody
taking 24 million people off of their insurance.
Here we go. No.
While some stood by, accepting the differences.
Freedom of speech is for everyone, so it's fine with me that people come out and disagree with me. It's fine with me. If people need to just express their anger, I get that. I totally understand.
The prep was like gearing up for a hurricane. But the storm that was on its way was not weather-related.
I think it's the stupidest thing that's ever happened. I think it's just ignorant.
The white nationalist rally that was planned to overtake the borough had some quaking in fear.
So scared that somebody's going to throw a brick or something through the window.
But had others throwing caution to the wind.
I'm not going to sit around and let these people come and think, what they're going to reclaim the South. The South's going to rise again. We're going to white supremacist this up, and no.
The counter-protesters lined up in large numbers before everything even started and let their voices rain down.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend.
We can't hate our brother and say we love God at the same time.
Inside, the protesters were few.
I'm here all day, baby. I'm here all day.
Clearly outnumbered by the other side. But the barriers and police presence kept everything at bay.
You have all this area over here, my man. I'm going to talk to them as well, but you're the only one out here. So if you would do me a favor and back off this fence, I understand that. I'm going to talk to them. But it's easier to talk to one than 100. So if you can back off this fence, we can calm this down.
Some families trickled in to protest, but restrictions kept the majority away.
Come on.
The distance of the barriers from that side over here on this side of the street are why some of the protesters didn't even show up to the rally.
To keep us separated, I understand that. They don't want violence. But all of this, I can't have a lighter on me because I can't light a cigarette. Let us come out here and be free and fellowship.
At the end of the day, the swirling emotions fizzled out, and the hurricane of hate was overshadowed by a higher love.
The good Lord put us all here, we created equal. It don't matter what color, what race, or what creed. People need to learn to get along and leave the stuff that's done alone.
Reporting in Murfreesboro, for MT10 News, I'm Katie Inman.